Well, boys and girls, I thought we were just about done on this summer transfer thing. And then we went and sold our goalkeeper for all the money. So I guess this is part 2 of a summer rebuild where we've got money to spend and a promotion to plan for. If you weren't here right at the end of the stream, and I mean, you could have watched this on LOLLUJO too. Some would argue you should have watched it on LOLLUJO too. But right at the end of the last stream, we sold our goalkeeper for £1.8 million. We brought him in on a free transfer last summer, sold him for £1.8 million, which in one fell swoop cleared our debt and has given us a transfer budget. Now, obviously, we're not interested in a transfer budget, so we will be putting that into wage budget. We can't just yet because we have got a couple of players we've already agreed terms with that we're trying to bring in, i.e. a replacement goalkeeper, a new left back and a new striker. So we need to let those complete, and then we can hopefully stick a load of that in here and go again with some more players. The squad is already looking pretty useful looking ahead to next season. A lot of these players are trialists, so it's not particularly useful looking at the squad planner just yet. But if we have a look at the media preview, you can see at the moment they're thinking we're looking good for a 4th place finish. Of course, we finished, was it 3rd or 4th last year? We bottled it right at the end. We should have gone up automatically, ended up bottling the playoffs. We finished 3rd, didn't we? Because we got straight into the playoff final. But fingers crossed we can add a couple more key players and go up automatically this year. It's good to see Katongo, one of the best players in the Turkish second tier now. If we can bring in more players of that kind of caliber, we will be looking good. So Katongo is in the Dream 11. That's our kit, but not us. Is that us? No, that's a team with a similar name to us. So you have one player in the Dream 11. We want other players of Katongo quality. That's what we're looking for. Players who are going to win us the league. A goalkeeper. Having Mr. Tickle in goal feels like a cheat code. Oh, my word. What a goalkeeper Mr. Tickle would be. I want him and I want him now. That's amazing. That needs to be a thing that happens. Oh, Luis Fiorini, another one of my Man City boys from last year. He'd fit in nicely with Katongo. Ben Woodburn getting a second holiday in Turkey this summer. He is living the good life. Right, so let's have a look. Goalkeeper is priority number 1. I mean, there's this guy that we probably should go for, but I want Mr. Tickle. And I don't care who knows it. I want Mr. Tickle to be my goalkeeper. And it's going to be perfect. Right, there's the offer for my little Filipino boy. So that's him gone, hopefully. Should we do an impromptu Manscaped ad for the people who just come back from an ad? Look, Manscaped pants.
Pants?
Yeah, Manscaped pants. I've got the new Manscaped, what's it called? I've put it all in the new bag, actually. These bags are bigger than the ones they did previously. I was going to send this one to you, Topher, but it's a new one, so I've got to keep this one because it's now got interchangeable blades on it. So I'll have to wait for the next one. And it also has a light on it, like on our Hoover.
That's a lot.
So you can now, you can now light up your testicles when you're trimming them. And it's got a separate thing on it.
Hold on. What man?
Don't say anything bad about Manscaped now.
What man can see his testicles?
All of them. Don't bite the hand that feeds.
I don't know.
They've been a sponsor for years.
I just wonder how many men need a light to see them.
We shower in. We don't have a light in our bathroom. We definitely need a light on the testicle trimmer, or else I'd end up giving myself a.
What was that?
That was me circumcising myself. Or maybe giving myself a vasectomy. Can you give yourself a vasectomy if you've not got the light on? I don't know how it works. Anyway, I need to get on with my stream. So bye-bye, Anna. Everyone say bye-bye, Anna.
What, do I have to?
You do, yes, because you'll interrupt the transfers.
Well, I'm HR.
You are HR, but I need to do transfers. We've got to feed Chris's kids, and he can't make a whole video out of you hanging out.
They can go to the farm.
What do you mean they can go to the farm? What does that mean?
They can go pick food.
Chris, you don't need to make a video tomorrow because apparently your kids can go and pick food. This is HR.
See, go to the farm.
Yeah, he's done that in capitals with a question marks. He doesn't know what maniacal thing you've said this time. Maniacal, not maniacal. I can't speak. I'm so furious. I've got Liquid Death in tonight as well. That's also not an advert, but will be soon, hopefully. Right, come on.
Drinks out now, you know.
Off you pop. We've got a stream to do. Bye, Anna.
My Christmas tree.
Bye, Anna. She wasn't suggesting you murder your children, no. Were you?
Oh God, no! I was just trying to be funny.
No, oh, she's back.
Hey, this transfer's on your birthday. Look.
Yeah.
How old will you be in 2026?
You work it out.
45.
No.
45.
I mean, no, 44.
Sorry, Chris. I just thought of a farm.
I can't remember what. I mean, that's probably the end of the stream. I can't remember what we were talking about. Who's this guy? Who on earth is this? Meli Altikulak. This is why Anna should start streaming again. Remember when she first left the prison? She wasn't in prison. She worked at the prison. Remember when she first got out of prison? When she finished her sentence and she streamed every day for like 3 months. And then she stopped streaming. You should start a campaign. Everyone contact Anna on Twitter and tell her to start streaming again. Right, Katongo still can't speak Turkish. I should discipline him for that. It's unacceptable to have been here the amount of time he's been here and not be able to speak Turkish. That being said, I can now speak basic Turkish. It's been 3 years. I can do basic Turkish, everybody. Why is David Ragnar an acquaintance of mine now? Oh, because I took a player on loan from Norwich, didn't I? Does that mean he'll loan me him again? Hi, acquaintance, my only friend in football. Can I have your striker again for another year, please? Where is he? He's upset. What are you upset about, Ken? Where are you? He's unhappy. Wants his agreed playing time to reflect that he's now good enough to earn more opportunities. This feels like an opportunity. Oh, come on. We want Ken. We can't afford to buy him. But we would like him to come home. I don't think a guy from TNS is a striker that we want to be bringing in. That feels like a waste of a foreign spot. Oh, no Mr. Tickle for us. We have got Mason Burstow, though, who's hopefully going to come in and be our new superstar 30-goal-a-season striker. Leo Guerrero. He really has got a habit of bringing in nobodies that I've not heard of that take foreign spots. And I can't even scout him. So I have absolutely no... We would be signing this 18-year-old Brazilian entirely blind. But every part of my experience playing Football Manager tells me, of course we sign the 18-year-old Brazilian. But we're going to be signing him with absolutely no information. And using one of the only 2 squad spots we've got left to do it. Which seems insane. Right, see, this is the problem. He only wants a fringe player contract, which normally I'd shy away from. But the fact he's 18 and asking for that potentially means he's really good. Because he doesn't want a youth player contract at 18. I mean, I guess we're just going to roll the dice on the kid. Right, this is where... If this comes off, we'll let him sign more players. If not, Songal never gets to sign a player for me again. Let's see if this complete gamble was worth it on an 18-year-old Brazilian that we know absolutely nothing about other than the fact that he's 18 and... I mean, he's not first team ready, is he? He's fine as a squad player, I guess. But an absolute waste of a foreign spot. When we're only allowed 8 foreign players in the squad, he's a project. He's my new little Filipino boy, basically. We'll probably sell him on for big money next summer. But in the meantime, he's going to block a squad spot. I mean, I think we've fallen on our feet there, goalkeeper-wise. We've sold our guy for 1.8 million and signed someone who's been playing in one of the big 5 leagues in Europe for the last year. He's a little on the little side for a goalkeeper, but he's very handsome and French, so that kind of cancels that out, I think. Oh, Luis Fiorini's coming in. We are putting together a very good team. Who the hell is this guy? Oh, that's the one the director of football was trying to bring in. He's cheap as well. That's what we like, cheap. Oh, Fiorini is a huge signing. We're getting the Man City team from last year back together. Someone get Liam Delap on the phone. He's the missing piece of the puzzle. Right. Turkish Anal looks like he's coming in. We're just filling out the squad with young Turkish cheap players now. That aren't good enough, but they'll just make up the numbers. Hey! Just found one from nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. Hang on. Oh, no, that's not me. That was the other one. I was going to say, I don't recognize him. Even I'm getting him confused now. That's fine. We'll just sign that guy. Director of football doing his job again. And we're getting Turkish Anal. Beautiful. Right. Who the hell is this guy? He's the right back we were taking on loan. Okay. So he's not great, but he's fine as an extra player to have who can play in that role, who is Turkish. That makes him fine. Get lost, Dundee, or Dundee United, whichever Dundee it is. They're not going to be able to get him anyway. Why would he want to go and downgrade to Scotland? Right. Yeah, this is the left back we're going to bring in then, so we'll cancel the deal for the other one. He's fine as backup. Katongo's now injured, which is less fine. Oh, for goodness sake, there goes the season. Fiorini's clattered him, telling him he's not going to Scotland. That's him out until Christmas. Who the hell are you? Do you have any Turkish in you? I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, what am I even supposed to do about this? Can't scout him. It's another exact same situation. The problem is, being a natural centre-back and left-back, in light of how our squad situation is incredibly useful. But he could be absolute trash. I've decided to trust my director of football. It's like a pack opening. Exactly. I mean, we have absolutely no way of knowing if that guy's going to be any good or not. So let's give him a 2-year contract. It's like a fancy trial. Right, here we go. We roll the dice again. For goodness sake. Well, might stop doing that. We've rolled the dice twice. And it's not really worked out, has it? That's another foreign player used up. The annoying thing is we'll probably end up playing him because we've not got many players in those roles. After all that, what do the media think? They think we're in better shape than we were last year. Who are the Purplies? Ankara. Oh, so that's our city rivals, isn't it? Why are they such heavy favourites to go up? What have they done? They share our stadium with us. They've signed several players we wanted to sign. And now they're huge favourites to go up. Where did they finish last year? Below us. I don't understand. All seems to be in order. The midfield is stronger than last year. The attack, we'll have to see if Burstow's as good as our fellow we had there last year. The defence is weaker currently because we don't have Katongo. Who are we playing? Altay. Where did they finish last year? Playoffs. Quite a hard game then. Offered Barak a new contract. He didn't want one last time we checked because, yeah, he's unhappy because he wants to leave. Right. Come on then. Let's start as we mean to go on with Burstow scoring all the goals. I tell you what, he's looking lively, isn't he? He's been involved. He's not hiding away from it. Which is good on his debut. Speaks almost as much Turkish as me, which is a good sign. He's settled in well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Look at Fiorini go. He is going to be a superstar for us. There's Burstow's first of many, boys and girls. Oh! Big test of our new goalkeeper, and we failed it. Oh. Burstow finally scores. Okay, then. So it'd been a while since he'd scored. 15 frustrating hours. He's going to score every match for us, I've decided. He looked very lively in that game. Pramada hadn't scored forever. I don't often have a plan with my saves. We just look to have a career. There's no real plan, no real rules. We'll just do what we do. We might stay here. We might go somewhere else. We might decide at the end of this season that the save is finished and start a new one. We might carry on for 20 years. We're just having a career. How much longer do I think I'll be at Tamworth? Again, there's no way of knowing, is there? What I can say is I'm not looking to leave Tamworth, so I'm not applying for jobs, and I don't expect to apply for jobs anytime soon. But we're doing really, really well. And it's one of those saves, one of those points in the save where at any moment now with Tamworth, we could get an offer from a bigger club. It could pop up mid-episode tomorrow. And if it's a better job, then I'll go and do it. So there's no way of knowing. It could be tomorrow, could be the last episode with Tamworth, or we could be there another 3 seasons. There's no way of knowing. Football? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Stop fingering yourself, ref. That was not offside. Tamworth save to become the new Leamington save. What do you mean by that? What, bring that here to Twitch? And then what do we do with this save? We've got a fun save that more than 10,000 people a day are watching on LOLLUJO 2 here. We're not just going to bid it off to carry on with Tamworth. When we leave Tamworth, we leave Tamworth. Because Posh aren't the only team we've managed more than once. I mean, I've managed Spurs in Non-League Legend more times than I've managed Posh. I think it's just a coincidence that I ended up there the last couple of years. That not only was more than what I was earning at Tamworth, but more than what I'd be earning at my day job as well. Because that's the thing to bear in mind with Tamworth. That was an excellent goal we've just conceded, by the way. At the moment, I think I'm earning like £300 a week at Tamworth part-time. If someone comes in and offers me £400 a week full-time, that's a pay cut, not a pay rise, because I'm doing Tamworth on the side of my full-time job. So let's say I'm earning, what's the UK average wage? Like 30 grand? So 30 grand is another £575 a week. So add that to the 300 and something I'm earning. Realistically, any full-time job needs to offer me £900 a week just to be equivalent to Tamworth. So any job to drag me away from Tamworth has to be on £1,000 a week or more, really. I took a pay cut to go part-time. I mean, that's the opposite of what we're talking about, isn't it? You would expect to take a pay cut to go part-time. You're not going to take a pay cut to go full-time, though, are you? So I did. It was one of those rare occasions I actually felt a little bit sorry for him. We're going very attacking here because I want the goalkeeper to go forward for a corner, and I think that's the only way to force it to happen. I'm going to try and do that a bit more often. So our goalkeeper should be forward here. I'm not seeing him. What do you have to do to force the keeper to go forward? Does it have to be later in the game than that, do you reckon? I guess we now have to go back to positive. I can't think of any scenario where I'm going to take a pay cut to have a potential step up. It just doesn't make sense in any career. I don't understand. I don't follow the logic. If it's a better job or a better company to work for, then they can pay me more money or I'm not going to go. There's a minimum expectation that is needed for handsomeness. Do I trust my director of football to bring it? I mean, at least this one's Turkish, so we can use him regardless. My wife has the Nuffle on and I'm watching King Kev. Oh, and my boy's playing in the Nuffle. Do I need to put one of my Nuffle hats on? I wasn't aware there were Nuffle scuffles happening. But as you know, I'm a big Nuffle guy now. Love it. I mean, especially because there's in real life football, that isn't even part of the conversation. No player is being played as a complete wingback or a no nonsense fullback. They're just playing in a. They kick off in 50 minutes. What, my boys? Where's my Nuffle hat? Which one's the Nuffle? Red or blue? I can never remember. Hold on. I've got the logo on. I am a big fan, as you can tell. Right, it's the red one, I think, is Nuffle, isn't it? Come on, Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Are you sure it's not Chefs? Chefs would be less problematic, surely. I worry about why they might be calling themselves Chiefs. Unless they're all, like, senior police officers. Judging by some of these Thanksgiving meals I've seen on TikTok this week, they probably cook disgusting combinations of foods that shouldn't be presented together. Let's have a roast turkey, but let's put some marshmallows with it and some pasta with cheese on. Stick it all in a bread roll. Why not? Excuse me? To all of the above? You maniacs? What are you doing? Them having a go at British cooking. At least when we roast a turkey, we do it with some roast potatoes and some gravy and, you know, normal things you would have with a roast dinner. Go Chefs! Is that the nickname of this club now? No ham involved in a burger. I mean, I guess that's fair. I got carried away with my outrage. Football. I always assumed, and I have absolutely no factual basis for this statement, I always assumed the reason Americans called it mac and cheese is because there was probably a brand name that referred to it, that called it mac and cheese, probably because the pasta they used for it couldn't legally be called macaroni. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if the cheese had a Z in it rather than an S, and it doesn't actually contain any macaroni or any cheese. That would be my guess about why it's been called mac and cheese. Kraft, correct. There we go. It's almost as if I understand it. Oh, how America works. I've just turned my monitor off. One moment, boys and girls. Everything's breaking, so I've turned off my monitor. I knocked my microphone stand into the mic. Did everything survive there? My microphone turned off because I hit the button with my microphone. Can I just point out, boys and girls, we are top of the league because we are the greatest. And Donker's having a very, very good season. Look at him go. He's loving it. What's this? What have you got to say? I believe Jackie Donker has improved over the last 6 months and has gone from being a good left winger for most one league sides to being a good Super League player. That is quite the jump that you think he's had there. My understanding is certainly the way all the imported foods have developed in England, and I imagine this is the way it works in all countries, is immigrants come in, bring their foods with them, and then when they open their takeaways, they tailor them to suit the local palate. So in the UK, where traditionally fish and chips was the most popular takeaway food, they just made like Chinese-ified versions of fish and chips, which is why most Chinese food here comprises of chips with something Bayesian fried. Whereas in other countries, Chinese food would probably look completely different because it's their version of Chinese. So none of us are eating actual Chinese food unless we go to China and eat it. Mexican food in the UK is shocking. Fish and chips in America is probably rubbish. It's, you know, it's tailored to the local tastes. Oh, that's a football goal. Battered salad. I've never actually done it. I've heard rumours. I've heard tales of the deep fried egg. If you get a Scottish team in nominated legend, will I try deep fried pizza? Look, I went to Preston and had a butter pie last year. Nothing's off the table. That's still one of the worst things I've ever eaten. I have an idea for TikToks. Just take random quotes from my streams. I mean, if you lot clipped properly, I could. But it's a lot of work going through the entire 3 hours, 5 days a week of the stream to find the 5-second quotes that we could do that with. I need you lot to start clipping and then sticking them in. There is a section on the Discord for you to submit your TikTok suggestions. So if you think there's something that would make a good TikTok, clip it, post the clip on Discord, and it might become a TikTok. Is that what Topher's for? Topher is there to turn 3 hours into 20 minutes 5 times a week. He's not there to pull out the individual quotes. But as he proved by editing out Adam Fell all those times, he wouldn't spot a joke if it bit him on the eyeball. So he's probably not the man to do it. He's a professional joke killer. It's still one of my favourite moments on the stream ever. After seasons of doing Adam Fell, I hope he's okay. And then he fell and he wasn't okay. And that couldn't make it into the video because none of the I hope it's okays had ever made it in. It was a glorious moment, but it would have made no sense out of context. After all that time, for him to get injured falling was stupendous. Topher muted me for 1 second once for mentioning his fault around Adam Fell. That's amazing. Oh, bless his cotton socks. Not a pitch, it's a field. Has it got grass on it? Do they play sports on it? It's a pitch. Just because Americans say things wrong. Just like it's a match, not a game. Yeah, so he doesn't want to get hit. If the quarterback gets hurt, you're screwed. Do they not have a spare one? If the quarterback stops running by sliding feet first, the defense isn't allowed to hit him. I have seen Garnacho's goal for United. It was good, wasn't it? His weird Ronaldo impression celebration was a bit odd, though. I personally would have disallowed it just for the celebration. Well, that was unfortunate because we were top of the league going into that, and I suspect we're now not top. We're not top. So we're going to end the stream with our stadium-sharing rivals above us in the league, and we play them right at the start of tomorrow's stream. So that's going to be a juicy one, isn't it? How long until Katongo is fit again? 3 to 7 weeks. Once he's back in the team, we storm the league.